Tashkent Youth Forum Day 2, many interactive conferences were held within the framework of the event. One of them was open dialogues with representatives of embassies of Switzerland and United States. The Deputy Ambassador of Switzerland to Uzbekistan, Dominika Pater, began her speech with a story about how she came to diplomacy and what is it like to be a female diplomat with more than 30 years of experience. Pater made a special attention to education and what a key role it plays in the development of youth and the state in general. It is known that the education in Switzerland is one of the highest qualified and developed in the world. Many young students were interested in education in Switzerland and especially about Uzbekistan's cooperation with Switzerland in the field of education. Those interested had an opportunity to ask questions directly and present their ideas and projects for further cooperation. Next, U.S. Ambassador Daniel Rosenbaum has arrived. He focused on women's rights and gender equality. Rosenbaum shared information regarding projects related to gender equality as well as education in the U.S. Most of all students were interested in programs and grants of studying in USA. It is worth noting that Rosenbaum graduated from Yale University, one of the best in the world. The youth did not miss the opportunity to ask him about his student years and memories of that time.
I remember those days very fondly, very well. It was a great experience. I grew up in a city called Cleveland, Ohio. Some of you may have heard of it. Ohio is a state that's sort of not exactly in the middle of the United States, but it's close to the middle. And I went to a high school that was not one of the best in the country at all. It was far from the best. And what I remember most is when I first got to university, I was shocked at how smart everyone else was. Because, at my high school, I was one of the best. I was a really good student. And suddenly I went to this university where I was way down, in level. So it really made me work hard, and it motivated me, but also it was hard to adjust at first. In fact, I remember, I think your grading system is a little different than ours, but when I was in pre-college, when I was in high school and before, I was used to getting very good grades. We would say A's, or fives or whatever. I was used to always getting that. And on my very first paper, when I went to university, I got a C, which I guess would be equivalent to what? It's 3. I think you know what that. It's pretty bad. It's not great. And I was shocked. How could they possibly give me this grade? And then I realized this is a different world.
Also, one of the participants of the conference asked how the youth should communicate with the foreigners from the point of view of diplomacy.
It's also an important thing for communicating with anyone, maybe especially with foreigners, is to start from a position of respect, of showing respect to the person and respecting the difference. Recognizing that this person is different than you. They have a different background, maybe they speak a different language, a different set of experiences, different history, and start out by accepting that. I'm not here to change that person and make them into something that looks like me. I'm here to understand what motivates them, what makes them think, and figure out how we can find common language and common ideas. So I really think that the first rule that I try to follow for any interaction is to respect the person for what they are and not say, I want to turn that person into something that I would like them to be.